guys, I'm AJ.
I'm Rini.
And welcome to the TFA Talkshow. So today with us, we are very privileged to have Bella Khaja. And Bella Khaja is the founder of Nimble Marketing Consultancy, the first and only marketing consultancy in Singapore that is entirely woman-led and woman-empowered. Over the years, Bella has strived to give more women the access to education, knowledge, networking, and professional digital development through multiple workshops and seminars. Welcome, Bella.
Nice. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction. Hi, everyone who's watching. My name is Bella. I'm the founder of Nimble Marketing Consultancy, as mentioned. We have been around for 4 years, since 2016. And we have been doing it organically, believe it or not, ladies. No paid ads whatsoever. And I think the past 4 years has been quite a journey because it is basically, it's a combination of like my experience, a very fantastic team who is able to actually follow through the challenges of digital marketing. And the past 4 years, we have seen so many clients and empowered them and assisted my clients in social media, digital marketing, content creation, video production. While that was happening, I was still, we were out there busy with like empowering the community with digital marketing and social media, social media tips, social media training, social media consultations. And since our inception in 2016, we have actually helped over 1,000 entrepreneurs across the region. I mean, like we're looking at Malaysia, Indonesia, of course, Singapore, Australia, Morocco. We have had so many fans, and it's been quite a blessed journey, of course. Yeah.
Okay, for me, I personally know you, Bella. So I've seen how you grow from a freelancer to now a business person with a
Yes.
team. A team of 10, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's correct.
and
That's
and
correct.
and I
Yeah.
think social media is something that we are all exposed to nowadays. And are there any tips to create engaging content in social media?
The best form of engagement is to really, really ask yourself who is really listening, who is the audience that's listening, who are your fans, and where are they really hanging out, where are they most engaged. Like if they are commenting on my IG story, then truly, 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 I have to be on IG story far more than I have to be on FB stories or FB feed or like FB live, because my audience is there. But if I understand the LinkedIn game, and I understand that like every time I do something on LinkedIn and I get a lot of comments, and these comments are not just regular comments, they are like really long form comments, about the things that you do, and they want to comment that. I think that's something that, that's definitely where your audiences is. They're definitely on LinkedIn. So it's really dependent on how you as a content creator, how you as a freelancer, how you as a marketer, you identify very early on where are they commenting, where are they sharing, where are they talking about you, where are they asking you the questions. And I think that's really I think that's the trajectory in which when you wanna embark on a very on a content marketing journey, it's really about identifying where the audiences really, really are.
Wow, so you actually did mention a few of the social media platform. So perhaps now, since we're going to go into the different platforms, right? What would be the suitable platform in engaging or in choosing for your business?
I think the best platform to choose in terms of like your brand is really to understand what is the main purpose of your content. Is your content a very long form, meaning to say it's really, really a long tutorial, like 10 minutes long, 20 minutes long. It's definitely Vimeo. It's really out there for you to actually put out your content, especially Vimeo Pro, and then of course YouTube as well. I think that's where the tutorials should really, really go. And then there's also YouTube Creator Studio, which is insane, because you can actually put in your your captions, you can cut and trim your videos all in YouTube. And I think that's really, really empowering. So to answer the question of where do you really go as a brand, where do you really go as the first platform to choose, is to really, again, understand which platform you're most comfortable with. For example, Facebook is a platform that is very paid to play. You will not really do very well organically on Facebook at all, no matter what you do for your videos, no matter if you have chosen a video that is like very well shot, very polished, and then you put it on Facebook, it's definitely not going to work because it's a platform that is paid to play. You have to pay Facebook to play your video, so it's definitely the worst platform for organic reach. However, Facebook is really good with live. I think live content, that's how you break the algorithm. Live content is great. Boomers are they're very supportive on Facebook. They share a lot of content, whether or not it's a content that is relevant to them. Boomers are super fantastic on Facebook. So it really depends.
I come from a service business, and
Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of if you are in a service business, it's very hard for you to create content in your social media. What have you
Mm.
got to say about that?
Absolutely not true. I'm also in service. So I think definitely not true at all. I think this is quite a big myth. And I've always been advocating that service business owners, you try to share your expertise, share your knowledge, because that is something that can be easily productized. And that's definitely what I call shareable content. Because you might believe it or not, service business owners, whoever you are, whether or not you are a coach, a consultant, whether or not you're a realtor, you have absolutely nothing to sell per se, you have no products at hand, your expertise is really the product knowledge that you should be that should be packaged in a way, that should be shared in a way that is definitely going to help that can definitely help the community at large and your audiences at large. Look into two aspects. One, personal branding. So we have to understand, like maybe the founder or maybe the director, and like really try to understand that like there are some people in the service sector where their expertise is what we call really thought leadership, really an expert level of knowledge. So focusing on personal branding, especially when you're a service provider, is indefinitely key. Putting yourself out there, talking about the things that you do, I think this is really important for people, for the community to get to know you better, for the people to understand your expertise better. So that's the thing that I think we need to really focus on, which is the personal branding aspect of your service. I think that's really important. Next, I really think that because because there's nothing really exactly that you're selling except for your time and your expertise. I think one of the biggest worry that service providers have is how do I put myself out there in the digital space when there's a lot of competition? How am I so different from another photographer? How am I so different from another videographer? And you start to worry because you start to actually flood the internet space, flood the your Instagram with like your portfolio, which is wrong because like which is like, I know I can see that on your website, I know I can see your portfolio, but that is not engaging content. That's just your portfolio. And the thing about that is that when you just put out your portfolio, I just see a finished product. I just see a finished work. I don't see your I don't see your BTS. I don't see your behind the scenes. I don't see your process. I don't see your values. I don't see your house, right? I'm not asking service business owners to just give it all away, like give your trade secrets away, but I'm just saying that like at the level when at the end of the day you're just putting out your end product online, there's a lot that you can't dissect. We can't really dissect your expertise unless you share. So I think Renee, you're the best example really for this conversation, because I think we went through a motion of like, all right, I have my product. I mean, that video is really polished, but so what? Like how do I charge now? Like, how do I charge for my service, right? It's all about sharing your process. It's about branding. It's about really branding your services, how you actually share your values, share your behind the scenes, share your processes, share the equipment that you use. These are some of the things that you can definitely focus on to raise awareness for your brand, even if you're a service provider. In fact, like I said, because service providers, you can focus on your personal brand. I think this is really crucial and key, because that should be the driving force. Your personal brand should be the driving force for the services that you render. So focus on your PB, focus on your personal brand, and then and then work through the motions of sharing your processes, telling everybody how complex, how indefinitely, how complex the thing that you built, the thing that that is so polished, at the end of the day, how man hours it took, how much what was some of the equipments that were involved, what was some of the behind the scenes that nobody saw, nobody can see. These are some of the things that you can share as content.
I think whatever you just mentioned, for those who are in the service provider, especially for freelancers, those who are starting out, personal branding is key, and definitely to show the process. So because like for freelancers, sometimes we have this like connotation that, oh, our service is not good enough, and
Yeah.
we are like,
Yeah.
like on not on par as a professional level. However, if
Yes.
we were to show the content that these are the work that we put in, I'm
Yep.
pretty sure it's going to change the spectrum of like freelancers as a
Yep.
whole.
There's no stigma to being a freelancer. I started off as a freelancer, and because of that opportunity as a freelancer, I was able to experiment on a lot more tools. I was able to actually give a lot of dedication to a particular project because I had more time per se. So that's the thing that I think one of the biggest things is that as a freelancer, you definitely get more time. So I think as a freelancer, you are able to actually chart your identity. Yeah. And honestly, like I said, freelancers, and this is the best time, right, to build your personal brand, right? I mean, like, I know of so many freelancers out there that off the bat, I don't remember them as a freelancer. I remember them as an entity, as a person, more than a freelancer. Because look, I legit need them, so I don't look at them as freelancers at all. I look at them as professionals. So I don't think it's really a bad thing at all. To start off like from zero. In fact, it's actually a big strength. It's actually an opportunity.
Okay, so Bella, you mentioned previously about the price list of freelancers. So is there like a price range that we can look which is healthy for maybe a startup digital marketer?
Okay. First and foremost, never do anything for free. Yeah, never do anything for free because there's gonna be a lot of people out there who are in need of your expertise. So unless the collaboration is really truly a marketing gig that will allow you to actually reach out to a different community, it's a win-win for you truly, then go ahead the collaboration. That's perfectly fine. But there will be a situation when you're a freelancer that people will actually ask you to do things for free, just as a gig, as a sideline gig for you to practice your craft. Please say no. Always learn how to charge. And I think to identify how much to charge is to understand your hourly rate. So how I started off with my hourly rate was I would go against my industry big guns. Like I'll go to the big agencies and I'll look at their price points, and usually their price points are in the thousands, like in like at least above 2005 at the very least, for like, for example, social media management. Then I have to understand, okay, who do I really want to target? Do I want to target like other solopreneurs? Do I want to target like moms to mompreneurs? Do I want to target like small companies, like a two-man show and something like that, right? So because your target audience and your customers are really a small pool of people, what you can do is you can match that against the agency's work. So if agency starts off like at 2,500, then maybe I can look into like maybe charging a lot less, being paid by the hour for the project. And that is something that you can look into and see whether or not you match, because you must be in a mindset where the brand did not go to the agency because they can't afford the 2,500 service. Maybe they can come to me for a $250 service. If I were to just design something for 250 bucks, that kind of thing. So maybe do it in a series, maybe do it in a subscription model, maybe do it like, I look for $800, you can ask me, 10 revisions for the design, that kind of thing. So maybe put yourself in that position where you do a retainer service rather than trying to charge yourself like an agency, because you see the agencies charge like that, like I charge like that because I have the tools. I invested in thousands of dollars in tools, and that is why I have to make back for the tools that I use, right? So look into charging for your hours. Look into like how you want to be how you actually want to be credited for the hours that you put up for that particular project. And I think that's the best way to look into your freelancing career as a digital marketer.
Okay, so maybe perhaps you might want to share what is the one advice you would give, let's say if for anyone who's starting out in maybe be trying to build their own personal brand or going into the whole digital marketing area, what would that advice be?
All right, I'm just gonna like not sugarcoat it. I'm gonna say it as it is because I've been in this space for 4 years. I've been in advertising since 2011. I've been doing marketing for maybe 10 years of my life. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, and I'm gonna tell you guys that like anyone who is interested in digital marketing, you must really have the stamina. You must really have the stamina, the mental stamina, because the mental stamina is really gonna make you differentiate you from someone who is resourceful and someone who isn't. So the mental stamina is when you actually try a lot more channels, you explore a lot more tools, you explore a lot more social media platform, as compared to someone who's just, all right, I'm an SEO specialist, but I have no idea what is TikTok and how that is going to help me in my SEO. You know what I mean? So like I think the mental stamina is really, really important for you to really be very, very, very quick thinking, super creative. I think marketers need that. We need creative people, like mental dexterity, creative, creativity. Marketers, we really need people like that. And so I think the best advice is for you to actually learn from the best, and that is really YouTube, because I learn stuff from YouTube as well. So I do have some gurus that I really feel that have really helped me in my journey. I think Seth Godin is one for me. Seth Godin, he really broke down the aspect of branding in depth, way of looking at marketing forever. So but Seth Godin is definitely my guru. And then also I have Ryan Holiday. Ryan Holiday talks about growth hacking in marketing. So I think it's as a freelancer, and if you're just starting on digital marketing, is to really understand different aspects of digital marketing. It's not just the social media aspect, because social media aspect is something that you can try and test, but to actually make monetary sense in what you do, to actually be a strategist, is to really practice what we preach. And this is really why I implement the things that I theoretically know this, but I
Yeah.
try and test, I A/B test to see whether or not truly did we grow the engagement. So freelancers, digital marketers to be, especially if you're a student and you're watching this, and you are you just graduated from university and you're watching this,
Mm.
do you want to dive into this industry, have the stomach for this, have the
Yeah.
stamina for this, be super resourceful, right?
Mm.
Learn not just from one person, learn from 10 people, right? And
Mm.
right? Craft a niche for yourself. See how do you want to be identified as a digital marketer? Like
Yep.
I am, when you think of content, when you think of social, you think of Bella. How do I think of you when the aspect of digital marketing? What is the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of you, right? What can you offer? And I think that's really, really key.
With all the information that you gave us, is there any checklist that a simple checklist that we can follow to become a digital marketer?
All right, personal branding. Number one, let's talk about being online, having your own website. Please, everybody, if you're gonna be a digital marketer and I cannot even find you even on LinkedIn, that is the first place to start. Go on LinkedIn, set up a profile, optimize a profile. Look at my profile, see how I optimize my profile. Look at Renee's profile and see how she optimized her profile. And I think that's one. Being on LinkedIn is key. Having your own website is key, because that's how I'm gonna find you. That's how I'm gonna actually identify you early on, or what you do and what services you actually render. I want you to understand content. I think content is everything. Content is super useful. Content is key, and I think that like content marketing, for understand it in the spectrum of a B2C content creation, right? Understand content creation for a B2B aspect of content creation. And I think with these tools, right, with these platforms at hand, that's gonna just give you a quick boost to like how do you burst into the industry, yeah. But now how to elevate yourself really, 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 is to really be a one-man show where you can do the video editing, where you can design. So there are a lot of tools out there. Take a look at easel.com. I'm an advocate of easel.com because I really love easel. Easel's tool is really fantastic. It democratizes design. Anybody can really become a designer or a marketer with easel.com. So I love easel.com. Go to capwing.com. Capwing.com allows you to actually edit your videos on the fly, even subtitling it. I think these two tools is definitely going to help you kickstart your digital marketing journey. And I think that's kind of enough. put yourself on LinkedIn, have your website ready, mastercapwing.com, go to easel.com, and everything else is really up for grabs.
Oh wow, that's so much information. I'm dissecting it one by one, and I'm just taking down notes. Okay, easel.com is the next Canva, that kind of thing. Because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
myself is
yeah.
not a trained designer. So thank you for your sharing, Bella. So maybe just to wrap things up, how can our viewers and listeners find you, and where can we get this like very amazing book that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Thank you so much, Azura. So the thing is, definitely you can find us. We are very active. We are very very active on Instagram. That's our chosen channel. We are also on Twitter. You can also find us on Twitter, Nimble SG. We are also on YouTube, where all my tutorials, you can find all of us, all of our content there. But of course, you can check us on our website. That's www.nimble.sg. Our book is also retailing on the platform. But I would also love to give a discount to anyone who's watching Freelancers Academy. A special discount just for you. I'll definitely give the discount to Renee and Azura to just flash it out so that my freelancers, you can kickstart your journey. But yes, please check us out on www.nimble.sg. My content and the blog that I have is completely evergreen. That is something that everyone can always read. Is nothing dated. Is completely updated. So please check us out on nimble.sg. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Bella, for being on us, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you for kickstarting this project. I wish you guys nothing but the best. I hope more freelancers come on board and really, really help you guys with the aspect of empowering more freelancers out
Yeah.
there in the world. Thank you, girls.
Mm.
Thank you, ladies.